north of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing it on the survey. So my assumption is it's not a dedicated road either.
Well, I mean, this is kind of limited.
It is very much so.
So,
But you're saying to the north of, running east and west off Ada Hook Street, north of your parents and north of Bonnie Hooks' property, it's potentially Evans Road up there?
yeah, I don't know the name of that street, but I think it's Evans.
I do see Evans Street,
road.
though. I do see Evans Street, though. I see there are two other individuals that own property above, and I'm talking north of Miss Natalie. So, I mean, we'd have to go and get a new easement proposed, and it would go through those two other parties' property, whereas, Sioux Road comes right off of Ada Hook Street, and that that narrow piece there that connects, the 10 acres to Ada Hooks Road via Sioux Road illustrated that I sent over, that long narrow piece is actually a part of the Joneses' property. So they do own that entire piece that does touch Miss Jacobs' property. So they would be able to write. I think it is
something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in other words, it would just be the Joneses. You'd have one party to deal with versus two on the other side. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am, but there's also the Sioux Road that already exists. So, I mean, we'd essentially just like to extend it so that it can have official access to that property there at the end of that narrow piece of the parcel there.
Okay. And my only concern is that my parents there, and then my aunt is on the other side, and they're all elderly, and so my only concern is that you told me that that 10 Pieces is owned by someone Redman, but I was under the impression that it was the oil company that owns that, and they would be trying to get easement on that to go over there and make up all that noise.
No, ma'am. So it's currently Miss Jacobs that owns it, and the proposed buyer are the Redmans, Mr. and Mrs. Redman. And what they'd like to do is build a house there. They're looking at this for residents. The reason why we need this easement is because there's a lender involved, and so they need the easement to get approved, for this loan to build the house. But their intention is to build a house there, a private residence. They're not there to mine or go for oil, nothing like that.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate you telling me that. Is there any way that we can speak with the Redmond? And I would be willing to consider that if we spoke with them, and because once again, you guys could come in. I believe you could come in on the south side, on the north side, without bothering my parents, without bothering my great aunt, without disturbing them. So that's one of the main things that I'm concerned about is their peace. They're getting ready 72 and going into their 70s. So I want to protect them as much as possible.
I love that.
If you guys can let me talk to the Redmans to me ensure you know that what you're saying is what you're saying, because I know once we say yay and agree to it and you guys compensate on some side, then you can sell it to anybody. So, and it's written as well. So, but I am going to try my best to, do what we have to do. And you can still still sell it to the oil company if you come in on the other side. So, You know, you can do what you want to do with your property, but I do not want to disturb them. This is a peaceful place for them, and that's where they plan to live out the rest of their days, and I don't want them to be disturbed. And I'm sure if the Redman and Mr. and Mrs. Redman actually, you know, exist and they want to speak to me about it, then I will consider that. But other than that, no, because this is a small town and everybody knows everybody. So I never even heard of the Redman. So
Right. That's what I was explaining to John and the real estate agent. I tried to reach out to Miss Bonnie, but did Miss Bonnie used to work at the state school?
No.
Okay.
No. You know her sister then.
Yeah, okay, yes, because I thought this was the same person that I used to work with at the state school, and I said, this is Tatum's. Everybody knows everyone. It's, you know, Garvin County, Pauls Valley, Tatum's. So I had tried to reach out to Miss Bonnie before, but her voicemail wasn't set up, because I thought, surely she knows the Joneses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
so like, there's her family stuff, like, because
Yeah.
Ella is Bonnie's sister, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So I was correct. I just needed someone to confirm that in my head that I was going the right direction.
Yes, you are. And you probably work with Sharon Hook, or Sheila Hook.
It was Miss Sheila.
Yeah, that's who you work with. That's their cousin, you know, and like I said, I'm not going to disturb their peace. So if he can guarantee me that,
And they
like
won't
I said,
let you disturb their peace. If they are easy like Miss Sheila, it is not going to happen, period.
exactly. They taught the younger generation that, so I'm not going to do it.
I'm not messing with Miss Sheila. I know that. No thanks.
Yes. So, yeah, if he could have them call me and all that good stuff. Where are they from? John?
Well, I'm not sure.
I was gonna say, I'm not privy to that information. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, he got it.
So, I mean, of course, you know, these people are interested in building a house there. This isn't their interest isn't selling, you know, to the oil company or nothing like that. And I mean, I'd be happy to schedule a call. You know, is that possible? Could we get, you know, the Redmonds on the phone for them to speak with Miss Rollerson?
I do not have authorization to do that right now. I would need to reach out to their agent and just make sure that I can.
Okay.
But as long as they're in agreement, absolutely.
I'm sure they would agree because, you know, they would want to speak with her, and I guess they end up neighbors.
Yeah, I just can't catch them through right now without, you know, authorization or anything. I just don't want to.
Okay, so how about we do this? Why don't we schedule a
I
time for everybody to hop on a call together, and you can get acquainted, and you can ask them, you know, what questions you have for them and that kind of thing. But I mean, I'm happy to tell you, you know, they are interested in buying the land to build a house there. I mean, that's why they're getting this loan. If they were interested in doing something for something else, I don't know if they would use a lender, you know, that would be to, you know, build a house, you know, because that's the type of loan that they're trying to get. Isn't that right, Miss Amber?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so yeah, the reason, like you explained, that we need that easement is for the lender.
Because otherwise the property is shown as landlocked because it does not have access.
Right. So
Yes, I could see. I
Yeah.
did see that.
Yeah.
so that's where
It's
we're
been
at.
on the market for a while, I've seen it as well.
But yeah, if y'all are good with that, I'll need to reach out to their agent and just confirm and get approval to do so. Obviously, I don't know what their schedule holds for this afternoon or later on, but I can keep you guys posted if that's okay, if you guys are free this afternoon.
I'll make time.
Or what time works best for you guys? Or tomorrow even. It doesn't even have to be today.
Today is good. If you guys just give me a heads up. Today is good.
Okay, I sure will. I have your phone number, so let me see if I can make all this happen today, and I will keep you guys posted.
All right, sounds great. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm hoping that this goes smoothly. But this is the type of stuff, you know, I was talking about on Instagram. You got to be able to do. I had to find that lady because they couldn't find that lady. The title company couldn't find that lady any other way. So this is why, if you haven't already, you got to get signed up for PropStream. All right, so the link is in the description of the live. I'll put it in the live chat here. Hop on PropStream, and because of the linked properties to this property, I could find an LLC that owned another property, which I could then reverse search. And I'm going to put a video out on exactly how I found that lady and how I did this stuff. This is the type of stuff that you will only learn wholesaling if you are in the trenches wholesaling. If you start and you have to be resourceful, like you have no other option, you have to get on the phone with people, you have to figure it out, you have to use your resources. These are the skills that you're going to learn. So it's very important, you know, for you to actually do the dirty work before you get this idea of, oh, well, let me get VAs and they're just going to be the answer to my business. They're not. They're not real estate professionals. They are people living in the Philippines just trying to make a buck, you know, and you got to teach these people, you know, they're not some supercomputer. They are human beings, right? And human beings, whether they're Americans, Filipinos, Hispanics, wherever, need to be taught, right? We all have to be taught. So if you can't teach these people how to be resourceful, they're not going to be a resource for you right out the box, right? You got to, you know, mold these people. So something I wanted to share. Hopefully this conversation, this negotiation was helpful, and we will catch you in the next one. Make sure, if you haven't already, come and join us. This is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. Come and join us.